Do you feel that biracial children, people, anyone have an advantage in society today?
That's a fair question. I have biracial nephews. I would say it's always posed as challenges, right?
Sure. Are they seen as more black? Are they seen as more white?
I think it's always dependent
On what
right? So
community
Barack
they're in?
Obama is black because he looks black so explicitly, but
Right.
he was raised by the white side of his family. You know, so though, and he's acknowledged that, but when he's navigating the world, he's a black man, despite the fact that people don't know that he's not just black.
Right.
Right? There have been black people historically who've been light enough to pass, who've been able to navigate white spaces as white, though they're black. And people have argued that is indeed an advantage. Now, there's advantages that, because we grew up in a culture where, in the most reductive and simplest terms, white is right. The closer you are to that, the safer you are.
That's even a hard thing to hear.
Because that's, you know, and so when people say, oh, you talk like a white boy. Like something I can hear somebody say, look, in my community I've heard, right?
Yeah.
You talk like a white boy, well, what does that mean? Right? Well, or you sound smart. Because I do public speaking, so people have told me, wow, you speak so well. And when I was young, I didn't really understand always the context for which that was coming from.
The intention.
It didn't always come from a purely elegant place.
Totally.
Once again, though, in the reductive and simplest terms, if white is right, and that's been a historical truth in this country, then everything is measured by how close or how far from it is. From the way that you dress, the further away from the way that you dress to the way that you speak, to the choices you make. And so black people who've been biracial have experienced the privilege of being able to navigate in the spaces because their biracial aesthetic means that people can't readily put them in a box all the time. They look and they're where are you from?
Right.
Those are the questions that come up.
They're more intrigued than threatened.
They're perplexed, right.
Yeah.
But they have to gauge whether the threat is there. Are you supposed to be here? That can still be a question that comes up depending on what space you are in.